It's time for Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore, Global Car Care, The Walkabout Grill, and Confluence Health. Now, let's head out to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl for all the live play-by-play action on the NCW Life Channel.
Welcome to the Apple Bowl this afternoon under kind of hazy skies as we get ready for this matchup between the Wenatchee Valley Thunder and the STANWOOD Spartans. Along with Rod Higley, I'm Eric Grandstrom. Well, Rod, this team's reeled off 5 wins in a row since we saw them here last.
Yeah, it's been a good stretch. You know, they've had 3 conference wins and then 2 non-conference wins, and every game's been good except, we had a couple against Chiawana that kind of were little blowouts. But other than that, Wenatchee's played really good lacrosse these last 5 games.
We're going to talk to head coach Brandon Parker coming up here in a moment, and he kind of laughed when I saw him here before the game. He says, well, you're here again for yet another tough matchup with Stanwood.
Yeah, Stanwood's only lost 2 games. They've lost to Issaquah and Bothell, which are 2 teams that Wenatchee lost to earlier, by about the same margin. So they should be real evenly matched. I think Stanwood might be a little bigger than our guys, but we've got some good, quick guys to counter that. So we'll see what happens. It should be a close one. I hope it is.
And looking at their roster, they've got a lot of seniors, so some elder statesmen, if you will, so experience against youth of Wenatchee Valley.
Well, the Wenatchee seniors have played really good lately. Cole Loomis and McCarthy have been playing great. Cutter Wilkins and Kyle Schmaltz have all stepped up. So the seniors have really kind of stepped up towards these last five games. So I would say that Wenatchee seniors are kind of starting to feel the end of the season and are really playing well too. So the young guys, yeah, they make a big difference. Easton Hudson, for sure, Now,
I've also seen a name on the roster that has put in some points over the last few games that I didn't see early on in the season. Is that an injury, healthy now, coming back situation?
Who's that?
I think Thompson.
Oh, Ryan Thompson?
Yeah,
so, Ryan is also a senior, and he's played mostly JV this year, and he's played some varsity against Chiawana, and has got some goals, yeah. So it's nice that Coach has got him in there and gotten the ball to him. The other guy's been feeding him, so, and he got his picture in the paper the other day, too.
Yeah, I was seeing that. Okay, well, we've got Stanwood and Wenatchee. It is a non-league game, but it doesn't matter because you get these 2 teams out here. It's going to be a Donnybrook again, I'm sure. We'll come back and talk to Brandon Parker, the head coach for Wenatchee Valley, as we continue with our pregame show. Coming up next, we are ready for lacrosse today here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll be right back. Coach, congratulations. Since we saw you last year on the NCW Life Channel, you guys have put together a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, we've had some really good games. We've played some good teams. We had a game against Juanita, one of the best teams in the state, and beat them by a goal. Went to Seattle, played another team, 2 conference games down south, and then another non-conference game here. But we've been on a roll. But we're, like you're probably going to ask me, we're facing another very good team today here in Wenatchee. So.
Well, let's talk about this matchup. We kind of, you gave me kind of a sly look as we met here before the game here today. Stanwood, another team that's great, 8-2 on the season. They're undefeated in their league play. You guys 8-4 on the season, and you look at the similar opponents, and boy, this one looks like it on paper anyway. It's going to be pretty tight.
Absolutely, on paper. So they played a couple of teams that we had a 1 or 2 goal difference, which they also had a 1 or 2 goal difference. Same way, they won or they lost within a goal or 2. So on paper, we look good as far as a comparable team today. So I anticipate a 1 or 2 goal game. If everything lines up for us and we execute things like we're supposed to, maybe we'll have a few more than 1 or 2. But this is a great team, and they actually have a great coach too. He's a great motivator. He's coached for a long time, and I know he's going to bring their best as well. And I've watched game film on them. So, yeah. But I think we've got the advantage. I truly believe that. I think that win against Juanita really helped our team come together, know that we can play the best teams in the state and compete and win. So that's what I'm anticipating today.
Well, and that's what we've been talking about with these games that have been so close, both on the west side and here at home. It's about finishing, and it sounds like maybe that team is starting to get that now.
Yeah, exactly. There's a confidence level that I think they maybe haven't believed that they can beat these teams. I mean, the Wenatchee has played kind of in an eastern side, and we've had some competition, but of recent we've become a better program, and we've been playing these better teams. And I think there was a level of, well, maybe we just don't think we can finish these games and we can beat these teams. It was obvious that we could when we beat one of them and when we've been within a goal or two. So they know they can do it. They just have to execute. That's all it's going to come down to today. So,
well, we'll take a look at the lineups and get you ready for the face-off. It's Wenatchee Valley and Stanwood coming up next here on the NCW Life Channel. The Wenatchee Valley Thunder, the home team, and the visitors, the Stanwood Spartans, along with Rod Higley. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Let's take a look at the lineups. First, for the visitors, Stanwood coming in with a record of 8-2 overall. Their head coach is Gary Wetzel. He's assisted by Rusty Rance. Getting the start today at midfield, Tyler Rich will wear number 7. Jack Bender wears number 10. He's a senior. They've got him as a midi as well. Jonathan Schroeder wears number 12. He's a sophomore playing defense here for Stanwood today. Also another sophomore in the attack position wearing number 15 is Sam Delich. Wearing number 17 is Ty Hewer. He's a senior. They've got him as an attacker and midfielder. Taylor Tresh wears number 20. He's a senior. He's on the attack. Peyton Green wears number 22 at midfield. He's a senior, also a senior. Spencer Green wears number 23. And also getting the start here for Coach Wetzel today on the defensive side, a senior. Ben Hopkins wears number 31. Brock Strebe wears number 33. He's a long stick midi, and he's a sophomore. And the goalie is just a freshman wearing number 63, Dawson Greenleaf. Freshman out of Stanwood High School. Those are your starters here today for the visitors, Stanwood. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, as announced by their head coach, Brandon Parker, he's assisted by Dylan Hummel and Robert Warner. The Thunder come in with a record of 8-4 overall on the season. Getting the start here today, and again, they change positions on the run here. You'll see people going in and out just like hockey on the ice. From the River Academy, Cole Loomis is a senior. He'll start. He's a captain at midi today. Also getting the start, junior at attack and midi is Gray Coldy. You'll see him in the offensive set. Cole Hansen getting the start today, a sophomore at the defender position, and he is a key cog in the wheel for Wenatchee Valley on the season. From the River Academy, a sophomore with a long stick, Easton Hudson wears number 23. Connor Tilley has just been on fire this season. He's number 30. He's on the attack. He's a junior with 28 goals to lead this season. Also out of Wenatchee High School, a senior defender, Sam Yunker, wears number 54. Jax Tucker is 55. He's a freshman defender. Ben Higley is wearing number 81. He's a sophomore, and he'll be on the attack as well here for Wenatchee Valley. Nathan McCarthy wears number 82. He's second on the team and scoring with 26 goals on the season. He's a midi and a senior. And then in goal today, again for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, wearing number 88, Kyle Robertson, out of Wenatchee High School, a junior. We're ready to go here. Our officials, Steve Yunker and Chad Hudson, and we're ready for the face-off. To start this one, the whistle blows, and we are underway here, and it is Nathan McCarthy getting the face-off here for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, and boy, they have done well on the face-offs this season that we have seen here on the Wenatchee Valley's television station, NCW Life Channel. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon. As Wenatchee works it on the perimeter, Cole Loomis brings it back outside to Roby Jorgensen. We didn't mention him in the starting lineup here, but he gets in there quickly on the offensive attack as he'll flip it up right side, and then back out it comes to Loomis. Loomis near side to McCarthy. McCarthy as they work it between the hash marks here as Wenatchee Valley on the offensive attack to start this one, wearing the gray uniforms with the black trim, and Stanwood with the traveling reds trimmed in white.
So far, Wenatchee's doing pretty good, controlling the ball. Nice possession and shot by Cole there.
Loomis a little bit left on the shot, tried to skip it in past the goalie, and freshman in goal. We've seen a couple of teams come in here playing freshman and goalie.
Yeah, they really have, and you know, you got to get the right guy in there. It's a tough position to play. You have to be mentally tough.
Well, Wenatchee Valley losing the handle of the ball here, kind of a haphazard pass that came out to your midfield, so it'll be a turnover. So it'll be Stanwood on the attack here as Peyton Green will work it here on the right side as they get in inside the box. Now he'll back it away and work it on the perimeter here as he'll go over left side to Tyler Rich. Rich down low on the corner to get it back behind the goal into the hands of Taylor Tresh back there. He'll back it back out to Ty Hewer.
Hewer back to Tresh. Tresh on the attack behind the goal, trying to find a crack at the defense. Now he'll feed out top. Look out in close, and a good block there by the defense, and another block again. How about that work inside by Kyle Robertson? Two shots in close.
Two good saves by the goalie there, and two very good shots by Stanwood.
A feed outside as Wenatchee Valley gets it in the attack zone again, as Mason Dahlbeck will feed it down low on the right side to Higley. Van will work it back behind the net to Gray Coldy. Coldy comes near side to Connor Tilley. Tilley outside to Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen will bring it back outside to Cutter Wilkins, seeing his first time in the game. And they'll work it around the right side to Ben. Higley down behind the goal. Wenatchee on the attack again. We've seen the games here at home here, especially the last couple of games, that Wenatchee Valley has been very aggressive on the offensive end, especially early in the games.
Nice to get a quick goal early and kind of get the momentum going.
Pretty good crowd on hand from both Wenatchee Valley and from Stanwood, making the trip over the hill. Finding some sunshine here on this side of the state. Cole Loomis with the ball out between the hash marks now will start the attack on the left side. Work off a pick there from Jorgensen, then feed back to him, but the ball intercepted. Nice job stepping in front by Peyton Green. Green quickly into the offensive attack zone here for Stanwood. A feed inside and a goal going to be scored by Sam Delich.
That was a nice play on the fast break, the unsettled goal. The defense was kind of hung out to dry there. It was a nice pass and a nice assist and good goal by number 15 there.
Well, the turnover started it. Peyton Green stepping in front and knocking that ball away and getting it down the field. And the first goal of the game comes at 9:08 remaining here in the first quarter. 1-0 Stanwood on top.
Wenatchee needs to answer here. I see that Jake Reiner's in there at the face-off, so we'll see if we can't control this one and try and get a quick one back.
Reiner will face off against Peyton Green as the official spots the ball, blows the whistle, and it's flicked out behind. And this time, still loose on the ground, and then picked up there by Easton Hudson. Nice job by Easton to get that ball. They'll spread the offense here for Wenatchee Valley. Higley now behind the net. It goes to Coldy. Gray, a little bit high, but Tilley comes down with it. On the pass outside is McCarthy. Will collect it out there and then bring it back out top to Cutter Wilkins. Wilkins feeds right side. Wenatchee working on that perimeter game. Now they come in close. Coldy will back it out again, but stay parallel with the goal crease. Now to Tilley. Tilley looking. Stanwood's doing a pretty good job of matching bodies here as Wenatchee Valley moves in front of the goal, trying to find a little opening. Another dangerous pass across, but Nathan McCarthy comes up, then had the ball stripped from him. It's picked up by Stanwood, and David Goldsmith will work it the other way, but the ball loose again. Let's see who's going to get this ground ball, and it's picked up by Wenatchee Valley and Gray Coldy.
Nice to get that possession back. I thought they lost it and I had another fast break going.
So Coldy will slow things down a little bit, let bodies get in motion, and now Tilley has it down behind the goal crease. He'll work it back there and pestered defensively by David Goldsmith, I believe. Well, it's a number 8. I don't have an 8 on my roster, however. Now we got a flag coming down. Let's see what the penalty is here. Slash going to be called against the man whom I don't have on my roster.
Number 8?
Number 8.
I don't have him either. He was pretty high on that stick against his shoulders and wasn't getting much of Connor's stick at all. So I think that's a pretty good call.
So a 1-minute penalty here, I believe, at the 7:43 mark of the first period. And so now Wenatchee Valley will work a man up here as they'll start it on the far side, bringing outside to Jorgensen, then off to McCarthy. McCarthy will bring it left and then collect it back outside. Now to Jorgensen. Jorgensen back outside to McCarthy. McCarthy with a... Was that a shot?
No, it was a pass. And they're calling
it a shot.
I think it was deflected by the defender, which would make sense as it went out of bounds.
Okay, yeah, they touched it last, so then we were close enough on the end line there. McCarthy with it. Now we'll whip it right. Jorgensen with a hard shot, but a nice stop by the freshman in there. But Wenatchee Valley, after the loose ball, it's picked up by Stanwood. Now you got to get back on defense. Peyton Green again comes up with a loose ball on the ground ball. He brings it up the far sideline, pestered there by Jorgensen. And he's going to take it all the way himself inside the box and then knock down. No whistle calls as McCarthy comes up with it. He'll feed out top of the ball a little bit too high. Coldy will try to stop it and come up with it. He does at the 45-yard line. Coley works it right side. Higley in transition. Here's a chance for Wenatchee. The shot, and oh my goodness, how did that not get in there?
Just right off the inside of the post. I thought that was a goal.
Beautiful shot by Jake Reiner, but the freshman up to the challenge again for Stanwood. Dawson Greenleaf on the stop. Wenatchee still on the attack here as the sun caresses the artificial surface here at the Apple Bowl. A feed inside, or it was a fake at a feed.
Yeah,
or no, they stole it away. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Greenleaf came up with it. So it's off to Stanwood again. They'll feed it across left side. Tyler Rich now crossing midfield. Rich wearing number 7 will work it right side towards the alley and get just a foot inside the box. So they're on the offensive attack now.
Good
again with the attack to Tyler Rich, and now a shot in close, but they got just enough of the stick of Sam Delich trying for his second goal in the game, but Wenatchee Valley with the turnover. In transition now, up the far sideline it goes, as it's Cole Loomis over there with the ball for Wenatchee. He'll feed outside to Tilley and wait for some help off the sidelines as they make some substitutions. Nathan McCarthy comes in. He'll try to bang up against the defense. Still on his way, still with a shot, and it skips off of the goalie and goes back past the end line.
Yeah, McCarthy's about the only guy that can run through that defense, I think. Those are some pretty big boys down there for Stanwood.
And bumper cars inside, and he's a Mack truck when it comes to that. So Tilley outside, as Wenatchee Valley still on the offensive attack here. Cole Loomis will feed down low on the far side over there to Cutter Wilkins. Wilkins back behind the net to Higley. Higley outside as they'll work it again on the perimeter out to about the 30-yard line. McCarthy feeds inside. In close is a turnaround shot in tight by Wilkins. Just off the mark, the ball sails off the end line.
I think the goalie blocked that one with his head.
I think he did. That was a great fake by McCarthy, and then the feed down low to the cutter, literally cutter and figuratively cutter. Wilkins on that one. It's an appropriate name for lacrosse, isn't it?
Yeah, he's had a couple of goals in the last few games. He's done very well.
Cutter again with the cut inside. He'll feed it over to McCarthy as they try to do a little weave out top, see if they can find a hole in that defense. Higley back behind. It goes to Loomis. Loomis circles it back around to Tilley. Tilley then out top it comes to Wilkins once again. Wilkins trying to feed back behind. Tilley has it, spins away for the defense. In tight, lost the handle, ball loose on the ground, and it's picked up by the goalie for Stanwood.
He had it for a minute there, but his stick got lifted and dropped the ball again, and here we see what they do on the clear.
4:25 to go here as they feed it ahead into the stick of Peyton Green again. He'll get it inside the box, then back it out and set the offense here for Stanwood. Spartans bring in a reserve player here off the bench and another number that doesn't match the roster, unfortunately, as number 60 comes in. We'll say that's Taylor McCall, who is 61 on the roster sheet I've got. So a feed back behind into the stick of Taylor Tresh. Tresh looks at that defense, then he'll back it outside over to Sam Delich, and then they'll bring it back way out top to Peyton Green. Green cross, it goes to Delich. Delich inside, the ball fumbled away, though, and then picked up by Wenatchee Valley. Trying to get in transition here. The ball is loose out towards midfield, and using a body trying to shield it away, and then coming up with a ball. Nice job over there by Gray Coley. Coley with an opportunity on the transition. Off to Tilley. Tilley inside, and losing the ball in close was Cole Loomis. Picked up outside, though, by Wenatchee Valley as Jorgensen comes up with it. He'll feed down low to Higley. Higley back behind the net. He'll feed right side to Tilley. Tilley brings it way out top to Jake Reiner. Reiner near side, it comes to Cole Loomis. Clock winding down here, 1-0. Stanwood on top with 3:10 to go in this first quarter of play. Shot in close to the goal, going to be scored by Cole Loomis.
Quick release on that goal, and Cole just put it in. So that's nice. Tied it up at 1.
Loomis with the first goal for Wenatchee. And that comes with 3:08 here in this first quarter of play. And, well, we thought, looking at it on paper, talking with Coach Brandon Parker, he said this one on paper anyway looks pretty tight. Looks like it'd be a nice, close game. So far, it's played out here in this first quarter of play.
You know, both teams are looking, not quite on their full game just yet, but Stanwood's doing a great job of getting that transition, and Wenatchee's controlling the ball pretty well. So kind of what we expected, really.
So, again, the face-off here will be Reiner for Wenatchee Valley, and it will be Peyton Green for Stanwood. Whistle blows, and Reiner had the opportunity at it. Now it's flicked back and then loose and then look out. And nice job there for Wenatchee Valley by Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck knocked the player's stick out of the way and then came up with a loose ball. Now a hard feed to Higley. Ben on the drive right side will stop. Feed it down low. Then back outside it comes. Look out, Roby Jorgensen.
I thought he was going to shoot it there.
Spinning there about 15 yards out. Lost his footing, but still maintains possession. Nice job by Roby just to hang on to that ball. Off to McCarthy. McCarthy down left side, even with the goal crease for a moment to Coldy, then collects it back. Wenatchee Valley, we've had a lot of the action down in this end of the field, that's for sure. McCarthy, again, double team comes.
He's got to get out of that, but he's going to put it in.
He had the scoop in there, and close, tight was Wilkins, but he just couldn't get the angle. Now a feed, look out, transition for Stanwood.
Ben, he's offsides again.
Peyton Green will feed it down left side to Sam Delich. Delich will back it away, wait for bodies to help out. As Stanwood makes some transitions here with their substitutions, it'll feed down low to Ty Hewer. Hewer looking inside, approaches, and then gets it in close for the shot and the goal by Peyton Green.
That was a nice feed by Ty Howard there, right in the middle, and Robertson didn't have much chance on that one.
So the goal comes with 1:44 left here in the first quarter and gives Stanwood the lead back by a score of 2-1. And a beautiful feed inside there from Ty Hewer. He just kind of pumped once and then let that defense kind of sag in a little bit, and he was able to find his man inside.
Yeah, just 1-2 on that. You know, those quick goals like that, the goalie is so little time to react.
Right, because you're looking at two guys that could have the ball and flip it at you.
Right.
So another goal here for Stanwood puts the Spartans on top as Wenatchee Valley will send Reiner out there again to face off. And I think that is the man who just scored the goal, Peyton Green, for Stanwood. Ball is set, whistle sounds, and it's still loose. Reiner after it. I think Reiner came up with it. No, the scoop on the far side by Hudson. Hudson had a body come over the top of him. Will feed it down right side to Coldy. Coldy down. It'll go to Tilley. Tilley back behind the goal crease here for Wenatchee Valley, trying to even this thing up at 2. It's a 2-1 Spartan lead. Outside it comes to Wilkins. Wilkins further outside to Roby Jorgensen. Again, Roby kind of that point guard for the offense here for Wenatchee Valley. Circle it around to the right side and then back behind again to Coldy. Coldy hanging on to it, so he'll send bodies around. Coldy steps near the goal and then feeds it outside to Reiner. Jake will pass it back across to Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen with a juke left, feed right, shot taken, but another nice stop by that freshman in goal, Dawson Greenleaf. Well, if you can do the job, it doesn't matter what grade you're in.
Yeah, he's doing a great job so far today.
Left side on the run is Tyler Rich up the far sideline, and we're going to have a collision there, no whistle, and the play continues. Somebody lost his stick.
Ben lost his stick on the wrong side of the line.
So he's got to have some of his teammates help him out. But first, you got to get back on defense here. They'll feed back behind the goal to Taylor Trash. Trash working back there, cut left, then back right, then in close, and the goal scored for Stanwood. Taylor Trash with his first goal of the game. It's now 3-1.
Yeah, you know, the unsettled goals, that's kind of been the nemesis for Wenatchee this year. You know, they just need to get back on defense. Ben got his stick back somehow on the transition.
So they didn't stop the clock. It continues to run here. I think they should have. Now we got a goal back the other way.
Yeah, so did they wave the goal off on the...
I don't know.
You know, I think they must have.
I think they did, because there was no face-off, and now we have a goal back the other way, and let's see.
There may have been a crease violation or something on this end that they waved off the goal.
And they continued play. I was busy writing down who was getting the goal, so evidently they waved that goal off, and we have a tie now at 2. So my apologies for missing that one, and we'll have to watch the videotape to figure out who did it. I believe it was Gray Coldy. 9 was the closest to the net here. Now the officials are talking it over. Little confusion, well, both for us and for Stanwood on that one.
I have no idea. I thought it was a goal, too, for Stanwood, and then they waved it off.
So they haven't given Wenatchee a goal. Meanwhile, 10 seconds on the clock.
Now they've got it 3-1.
Okay.
So
I believe
they must have it right now. So
Wenatchee must have continued play without the blessing of the officials, and the officials, I guess, didn't bother to blow a whistle there. I thought I heard a whistle after the goal was scored by Tresh.
Yeah.
And I believe that came with 18 seconds left in the quarter. So it is a 3-1 contest. Yes, 18 seconds. They just put 18 seconds back on the clock.
Okay, so they got to figure it out.
Everybody back on the same page here, and now I don't feel so bad about potentially missing a goal for Wenatchee Valley. There was just no play. So a face-off with a 3-1 Stanwood lead.
Got McCarthy back out there again.
And the face-off goes to Peyton Green. Green quickly into the box. Will split the defense, turn, spin, and
Shot.
throw, and a nice block by Robertson.
He recovered his own and put it back in.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So an own goal, basically.
No, 22 got,
22
got his
got it?
rebound
Oh, okay.
and put it back in.
So 4-1 suddenly, and that's a goal that really hurts in the final closing seconds of the first quarter.
Yeah, 3 goals is, as you've seen earlier in lacrosse, it's not, you can get them back pretty quickly.
Right.
Wenatchee was down to Juanita 3 goals and came back and tied it, and then they won it in the end. So it can happen pretty quickly.
So it's 4-1 Stanwood with just a couple of ticks left here in this first quarter of play. Again, the face-off. Out there is Reiner along with Green. Peyton just scored that goal. Reiner comes up with, well, he had a chance at it, and then Green will get it, and he'll just flick it behind his back, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. So we'll take a 60-second break on the broadcast. Entertaining first quarter, and the visitors so far in the lead 4-1 over Wenatchee Valley. You're watching lacrosse here today on the NCW Life Channel. We'll come back right after this.
Yeah, it was a crazy sequence. I had no idea what was going on there, but obviously
The officials did, so. Weird.
2-2 would look a lot better than 4-1.
Uh-huh. Well, I thought I heard a whistle after the goal,
Yeah.
but they continued play for whatever reason, so.
Who scored that second goal for Stanwood?
Peyton Green, so he's got 2.
With the whole family online these days, speed matters. Good thing LocalTel has the consistent speeds it takes to keep everyone happy. In the den with the tablet, streaming a movie in HD.
Welcome back once again here to the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee. The clouds have parted, giving us lots of sunshine, and so far the sun shining for the visitors on the scoreboard as they lead at 4-1 over Wenatchee Valley. Sam Delich was the first goal of that first quarter at 9:08 remaining in the first period. Cole Loomis tied it up at 3:08, and then it's been all Stanwood since. Peyton Green with a couple of goals and Taylor Tresh with a goal, and that goal by Tresh was the one that kind of confounded us for a moment because play continued. There was a goal apparently on Wenatchee's side, and suddenly the scoreboard was looking like it was going to be 2-2 rather than 3-1. Then the officials say, wait a minute, timeout.
Yeah.
Let's get this all set.
Well, they got it right. Well,
they did.
We thought it was a goal down there, and we just were wondering why the play continued. But I think Wenatchee just, got some bad information either from their coach or the table and just thought they had a free play.
Well, and if you're not sure if you heard a whistle,
Right.
I mean, like any sport, play until the whistle blows.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
you never know what could happen. So, here we go to the second quarter of play in the Apple Bowl with Stanwood on top by a score of 4-1. But as Rod was mentioning, along with Rod Higley, I'm Eric Grandstrom here on your call today. The goals can come awfully quick. So, don't ever think you're out of it. That's by...
the Stanwood goalie has done really well.
has.
I mean, Wenatchee's had some good shots, and he's made some nice stops. So, but it could easily change. Wenatchee could get a few quick ones.
Peyton Green out there to face off against Jake Reiner for Wenatchee Valley. As we'll change ends.
Wenatchee's done good on the face-offs today.
And this one's scooped away by Peyton Green, just as you mentioned that. Now quickly get it up front. Look out. Trashy in front. And then a goal quickly on the crossing pass to Sam Delich, his second goal of the day.
That was good work for Stanwood. I mean, they had 3 guys touch the ball within less than 5 seconds, and boom, it's in the back of the net. Yeah, 9 seconds gone in the quarter, and they've already got one down.
Well, and that shows you how important that faceoff is.
Mm-hmm.
And winning that faceoff. So 11:51 mark here in the second quarter for the second goal of the game by Sam Delich. And it's now 5-1, Stanwood on top. And this time it'll be McCarthy out there to face off for Wenatchee Valley against Peyton Green, and he just scooped it. Green didn't even go for it, and then the ball picked up by now Tilley has it. Tilley with a shot
Nice
and a block in front. Follow-up is loose outside. Who's going to get it? It's Ben Higley who comes up with it, then lost the handle for a moment. Then it's loose again. Towards the inline it goes. Body's falling on the ground. And who's going to take it?
I think it's going to be red ball. I think you got to push on White there. Either that or out of bounds.
It'll be Stanwood ball, as bringing it up is Tyler Rich, near sideline. They're trying to bump him out of bounds. McCarthy missed him as he spun away from him. He'll get it into the box. And Rich still working with it, still has it.
He wants to shoot.
And hit from behind, and the, let's see, we have a whistle. And a flag down, and a penalty coming against Wenatchee Valley.
You got a hold on Wenatchee, or 30-second technical foul.
So I believe this will be in the penalty box for Wenatchee Valley. Easton Hudson will serve the penalty. So Wenatchee Valley now behind on the scoreboard 5-1 and down a man.
This will be a good test for the defense.
So starting it will be number 17, Ty Hewer. He'll be between the hash marks at the 30-yard line here on the football surface at the Apple Bowl today. Right side, it goes down even with the goal crease to Tresh. Tresh feeds backside to Delich, who's got 2 already, and then a shot in close. It'll skip out right, a little bit wide by the man whom we don't know his name.
Number
I'm going to
60.
say Taylor McCall, possibly. So Tresh will bring it in. Look at the defense. Then feed out back behind. Delich again will work
Nice
it left side
open
with
shot.
the goal for Tyler Rich.
Yeah, I'd say right now is the time that Wenatchee needs to regroup here and get a good possession, a good shot, and get a goal.
So 10:47 on the clock here in the second quarter. Maybe you think time for a timeout for Coach?
You know, I think first thing is to get the possession, okay? And then they need to work the ball and try and get a good shot. I think they know what they need to do. So I don't think it's necessarily that they're mentally out of the game just yet. So we'll see what Coach does here, though.
Well, that first quarter was played a lot in the Stanwood end with Wenatchee Valley on the attack, but it's been Stanwood here so far with 2 goals in the early part of the second quarter.
Starting to win the faceoff.
And they win the faceoff. Peyton Green gets it here for Stanwood as he gets it in the box. Then back behind it goes to Trash. Trash will work it behind the goal crease there, picked up by the defense of Sam Junker. Trash still with it. Now we'll whip it outside to the man who just checked in, Taylor McCall. McCall will feed out between the hash marks to Tyler Rich, who just scored. Then he'll feed right side to Ty Hewer. Hewer will back it out here. Stanwood's going to burn some clock with a 6-1 lead over Wenatchee Valley. Back behind again to Trash. Trash will back it up almost to the end line. And then juke and move and
nice
feed
pass.
And a pass and a score for Stanwood. Peyton Green with another goal.
They've got Wenatchee ball watching a little bit right now and had them on their heels, and that was a great pass and a good goal for Stanwood.
So another assist for Taylor Tresh, and he's got a goal here today, and it is 7-1. Stanwood in charge of this one here in the first half. Long way to go.
Yeah, there's definitely a long way to go. I mean, Wenatchee's not out of this game. 6 goals, but come on. I mean, they can get this back, and they just need to get some momentum going.
McCarthy will face off against Peyton Green again. It's been a while since Wenatchee's won a face-off, and again, it will be Stanwood winning it as it's left side to Tyler Rich. Rich will take 1 foot, step it inside the box, and then back it out, and then work it down low on the left side. Wenatchee Valley kind of shaking their heads a little bit. Well, what do we need to do differently on defense? Tresh again will back behind the goal, spin, looking for Rich. Rich with a juke and a move and a shot and a nice block there for Wenatchee Valley by Kyle Robertson. Robertson feeds out towards midfield. It's picked up there by Dahlbeck. Mason Dahlbeck looks for some help and then feeds down low. The ball kind of knocked away but loose, and then Schmaltz picks it up. Schmaltz feeds back behind the goal to Higley. Higley finds Cutter Wilkins in close with the shot, and right there again on the stop is Greenleaf.
Now we know why the freshman's playing goalie. Yeah, he's good.
That was impressive. As Cutter Wilkins came in off the bench, nobody saw him, but the goalie certainly saw the shots. So now it's McCall up right side as he's hit behind by McCarthy, and again they're going to get McCarthy for a high stick there. as he came from behind, and he'll have to serve some penalty time here on the near sideline.
Yeah, Wenatchee can't really afford to play man down.
No.
Really need to watch that.
And we didn't mention that. That Peyton Green goal last time around was a man down for Wenatchee Valley. And now we're going to get a timeout on the field, and I think this is a Wenatchee Valley timeout, as we will take a break on the broadcast as well. 8:55 to go here in the first half. 7-1, Stanwood on top. You're watching Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse on the NCW Live channel. 3:43 to go here in the half. 9-2, Stanwood on top of Wenatchee Valley, and the head coach for the Thunder, Brandon Parker, was out talking with the officials during that timeout. What do you think he was talking about there?
You know, maybe some of the players are saying that the Stanwood guys are not getting stick on their checks, but it's hard to say. Really, it is. Maybe he's checking how much time is expired. They still have to get it across the timeline here.
Okay. So Stanwood with the ball. They'll start back to the left of their own goal crease, as it is Jack Bender who has it. And they'll feed outside, and the ball knocked away, loose out towards midfield, and finally picked up by Tyler Rich. Rich will feed it, but then have the ball stolen away. It's picked up by Cole Loomis. Loomis across the field it goes, slipping down as the ball came to him was Cutter Wilkins. Wilkins loses the handle. It's picked up by Tyler Rich.
That's a pretty bad sequence on both sides right there.
Rich will come near side, crossing midfield, get ball inside the zone here. And then he'll pass back outside to a man who's been all over the place today, Peyton Green. Green will wait for a body to check in. That's Taylor McCall, we assume. Again, 60 doesn't match our roster sheet from Stanwood. So back behind the goal of Taylor Tresh, and boy, he has created some havoc back there for Stanwood. In close again, and another shot and another goal. Give the assist to Tresh, and Ty Hewer with another goal for Stanwood.
Yeah, that's a play that they've run all day, and it just keeps working. So Wenatchee's got to do something different on defense to defend that.
2:46, the time of the goal remaining here in the second quarter. 10-2. Stanwood on top, in charge of this one. And you were talking about this season for Wenatchee Valley. You've never seen them this far behind.
Not this year, no. 8 goals is probably twice as many as they've been down so far this year. So we'll see how they react.
Long way to go in this one, however, and the goals can certainly come fast and furious for both sides, as it is now a face-off out at midfield again. It looks like it's Nate McCarthy out there for Wenatchee Valley. The ball scooped by Peyton Green, and then left side, it's picked up there by Taylor McCall. McCall will get it quickly into the offensive set here for Stanwood, as the Spartans are using some extra bodies, as McCall will collect it again out top. McCall down left side, it goes to Delich. Delich with 3 goals in this one already. He'll back it away from the defense, wait for a substitution as it comes in. He'll flick the ball out to him. That's Tyler Rich again. Rich on the perimeter left will come out back between the hash marks to Peyton Green. Green right side to Hewer. Hewer again back to Green as Stanwood works the clock here with 2:05 to go in the first half of play. On top of this one, 10-2. Left side, and then a little bit high on the pass, but coming up with it is Tyler Rich. Rich feeds over to Green. Green now will approach Nathan McCarthy, and then they'll feed back behind the goal crease to Taylor Tresh. Tresh spinning and working against that defender, got by him momentarily, then spins around, feeds again, and in close, but this time with the block is Kyle Robertson.
That threw it away.
Robertson on the outlet pass, picked up by Stanwood in tight, and a shot and a goal.
Behind the back.
That is another goal here for Ty Hewer.
Yeah, he's on fire. That kid's hot right now. He's feeling pretty good.
So Ty Hewer with 3 of the last 4 goals for Stanwood. It's 11-2 with 1:27 to go here in the half.
He's a tall kid, and he's got great stick skills. That last one there was, like I said, behind the back, and no chance from the goal.
Well, and we're seeing this is the third pass has been stolen away by Peyton Green, number 22 for Stanwood. And he quickly fed it in to Ty Hewer just right on the doorstep. So a fairly easy play for the Stanwood Spartans again.
Minute and a half to go here in the half. Wenatchee needs a possession and a good shot. You know, I mean, a goal at this point would be great, but just a nice possession and a good confidence builder going into halftime.
11-2 the score. Minute 27 to go in the half. Again, our face-off, Jake Reiner out there for Wenatchee Valley. And it is Peyton Green for Stanwood. Whistle blows. And Reiner came up with it. Nice job as it squirted back over to the right side. And we got a whistle, Easton Hudson.
I think we got a timeout.
Timeout taken by Wenatchee Valley. So with the timeout, we'll take a break on the broadcast as well. Minute 21 to go here in the half. 11-2, Stanwood on top. We're coming back next. You're watching Wenatchee Valley Thunder Lacrosse on the NCW Life Channel. Clouds on the horizon here. They did call for a chance of thunderstorms later in the day today, and that was probably more towards football time, as this surface here at the Apple Bowl is going to be a busy place today. Aside from 2 lacrosse games, we've got the Wenatchee Valley Rams have their first home game of the season coming up against Portland, and that kicks off, I think, at 5 or 5:30 here this afternoon. Meantime, we've got sunshine and Stanwood, all Stanwood so far. 11-2 the score, 1:21 left in the first half of play after the Wenatchee Valley timeout. Thunder will have the ball. Our broadcast today brought to you in part by AC Checker Taxi Cab, Neil's Boots and Shoes, and Quick Lube and Tune. Appreciate you joining us along with Rod Higley. I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. And it has been an offensive showcase here for Stanwood so far.
Yeah, I think everybody's a little surprised by the score, except maybe Stanwood. Maybe they knew they were going to come in here and put on a show, but I think Wenatchee's on their heels right now.
Nathan McCarthy will have the ball first, get it down low to Higley, Ben back out to behind the goal to Tilley. So Connor Tilley, who's been pretty quiet today, feeds back outside for McCarthy. McCarthy with a shot, and it's a little bit far left, and then it's picked up by Schmaltz. They'll wing it back outside, out top, way out near the 40-yard line by Cole Loomis. Loomis will work off of attempted pick outside, get past the defense, and then shot, goal! Nice job by Cole Loomis. Third goal of the game.
He's the only guy who's had much offense today. He seems to be the one that can get it past the goalie.
Well, he kind of just got everybody else standing around, and he drew the defense out and beat 2 guys. And gets the goal with 49.8 seconds left here in the half.
If they could get another one here, I mean, not to get greedy, but, you know, you've got 49, 50 seconds to go. If they can get the ball, get another shot, that'd be a big lift.
Well, as we talk about, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Yeah.
And that's what Wenatchee Valley is trying to do here. Is again, it will be Reiner out there on the face-off. And, again, how crucial is that we've seen, especially in this game, Peyton Green for Stanwood. They blow the whistle. And the ball loose on the Stanwood side. It's still loose. Reiner looking for it and
he got
scooped it.
Nope,
still loose on the floor. And it's then picked up by Wenatchee Valley. Let's see.
Yeah, Wenatchee got it. Easton got it, and they called a timeout.
Okay. So. A quick timeout. Nice job by Wenatchee Valley and Easton Hudson. We're going to keep it right here on the broadcast. We don't want the injuries, but if they do happen, a reminder that our injury timeouts on the NCW Life Channel brought to you by the folks at Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all sports-related injuries. We were next door here a couple of Fridays ago and had a line drive taken off the leg by one of the pitchers for Eisenhower, and they did have to take him to the hospital, and thank goodness we're just a couple of blocks away here. So he turned out he was fine, but boy, that I looked at the replay after the fact, and that line drive took a hop off the field surface over there, and they came up and hit him right below the kneecap on the bone on the left side.
That's got to hurt. Yeah, we've got a doctor on the sidelines. Dave Coldy's down there today, and you know, we've got some good people in the stands too. So I think we're covered, and if we need to get it over to Confluence, I'm sure we can.
Well, we've got Mr. Hansen here too, don't we?
I'm not sure if he's here. Probably in the stands watching if he is.
Yeah. So we appreciate Confluence Health and their support of all the broadcasts here on the NCW Life Channel, and of course their support of athletics here in the Wenatchee Valley. So the ball loose and still loose, and then picked up by Tilley here. Tilley on the left side of the goal crease as time winds down with 23 seconds left in the half. He lost it again. And Spartans after it, Thunder after it. Let's see who's going to get it. It will be Wenatchee Valley. Ben Higley looks at the clock, 14 seconds left. He'll feed left to Jorgensen. Jorgensen down low, in tight to Tilley. Tilley pestered from behind. He was locked up by that long stick and then lost the handle.
That's some tough defense on number 31.
So it's picked up by Stanwood as Ben Hopkins had it. And now we're going to get a whistle. Let's see. The official is pointing back behind the goal crease. And Tilley comes over and shakes hands with the man who knocked him from behind, Ben Hopkins.
I'm not sure what they called there, but it looks like they're going to give Wenatchee the ball back and call a penalty on Stanwood.
Okay. I don't see anybody leaving the field. The official coming near side. That's where we could use that microphone down on the field to hear what he's talking about. But there's just 2.5 seconds left. So they are going to call a penalty, evidently.
I don't know if they were calling a hold on him.
On Ben Hopkins. His stick was kind of tied up in Connor's arm there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he said he got it caught up high. You can see, so which is, hey, man up, 2.5 seconds to go. Let's see if they can get a shot.
Okay, so the ball will be where?
Should be up top.
Okay, I think it is Nathan McCarthy who has it. No, it's Tilley left side. So Tilley at the 20-yard line. I think he's just going to hold it as they'll blow the whistle. Well, now they put 23 minutes back on the clock.
I think that's too many.
That's a little too much. There was, I think, 2.6 seconds left.
Yeah.
So I think they're just going to time it on the field here. Oh, now they got 6 seconds left.
Well, if it's 6 seconds, that's plenty of time.
That's a chance, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they blow the whistle, and it will be 6 seconds left, or will it be?
Well, they haven't started the clock
There we
yet.
go. They start it, and Wenatchee Valley, I think, just going to hold it. So then the whistle will sound, and...
What'd they do there?
I'm not sure.
They're going to start it over again.
They just wanted to get the clock down to 2.4 seconds left. Now they will start it.
Okay.
So Tilley will have it on the left side over by the 20-yard marker, and he'll just keep it, and the clock will wind down here as Wenatchee Valley. Does this mean they'll have possession to start the second half is the question about that. And the whistle finally, the horn sounds, and that will be the final play of the first half. And a first half certainly slanted by the Stanwood side as they lead it 11-3. We will take a 2-minute break and come back. You're watching Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse today here on the NCW Life Channel. And once again, back here at the Apple Bowl, and back behind us at Recreation Park, we see some baseball going on. I believe this is high school, and if I'm not mistaken, it is junior varsity Wenatchee and I believe Eastmont. I know the Panthers are in the white over there, and we can't see the scoreboard, so we can't see what's going on. But we can see the scoreboard here, and I know, Rod, we'd like to see it a little bit different here, but you got to give Stanwood credit. I mean, they had an incredible first half of lacrosse.
You know, first it was those unsettled goals, and then you had that nice assist play where they would hit the open man right in front of the net. And, you know, Stanwood has taken it to Wenatchee.
Well, and they lead it here 11-3 at the half. Sam Delich started the scoring here as they were kind of filling each other out to that first quarter of play. About 3 minutes in, Delich with his first goal of the game, and that would make it 1-0 Stanwood. Wenatchee would tie it as Cole Loomis scored with 3:08 to go in the first quarter. So evenly matched first quarter, you know, kind of back and forth type of game. Peyton Green then followed just a few moments later with 1:44 left in the first quarter to give Stanwood the 2-1 lead, and then kind of a little miscommunication by the officials, maybe not a whistle that was blown. Taylor Trash got a goal, what looked like a goal with about 18 seconds left. Then suddenly, as I'm writing his name down, they're streaking down the other end, and Wenatchee Valley's cheering as the net was flickering with a ball settling in, and we didn't know what was going on, so we didn't know if it was a 2-2 game and they waved the third goal off or what it was. But the officials ended up getting it right.
You know, it was just a miscommunication on the field, but it turned out that Stanwood's goal, like we thought, was good, and Wenatchee's came off the board.
So the question is, who's number 10 then? Because they've had a 10 out there too. So the game would continue, and it would be 3-1 at that point after the goal was counted for Taylor Trash. And then, unfortunately, for Wenatchee Valley, they surrender yet another goal, Peyton Green, with 4.7 seconds left. And that really seemed to give Stanwood a lot of momentum heading into the second quarter as they led it 4-1.
Yeah, you know, and the team, obviously they're playing loose, they're feeling good, and momentum just builds and builds, and Wenatchee just got a little bit tight.
Sam Delich would start the scoring just 9 seconds into the second quarter, and that was the first of many of those sequences where we saw Stanwood win the face-off, get the ball, about 3-4 quick passes and a shot and a goal.
Yeah.
In that second quarter especially. That made it 5-1, Stanwood on top. They would jump out to a 6-1 lead on Tyler Rich's first goal of the game. That came at the 10:47 mark of the first half. The game would kind of settle into a back and forth again before Cole Loomis would get his second goal of the game with 4:57 to go in the half. At that point, it was 6-2 and still, well within the reach of Wenatchee Valley in that first half of play. But then bang, 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 bang. Peyton Green, Ty Hewer, Sam Delich, Ty Hewer again with another goal. And suddenly it was 10-2. Cole Loomis came through with a goal shortly before the half with 49.8 seconds. That was after yet another Ty Hewer goal as he scored 3 of the last 4 goals for Stanwood. As they jumped out to the 11-2 lead, Cole Loomis would make it 11-3, and that's where we are here at the half.
Well, thank goodness for Cole Loomis with the 3 goals, so that's one bright spot. And I think Wenatchee's not out of this game. They just need to take it, like you said, one bite at a time and play a good half. It could change things a lot. They get a goal here, a goal there, and pretty soon it's back to 4 goals, and they can come back and win this game. But it's a big hill right now.
Our broadcast brought to you in part today by Confluence Health, safe, high-quality care with compassion. Global Car Care, Wenatchee's friendly expert auto repair specialist. Also by Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore, where the name means a great deal. And Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. We're getting ready for second half action between Wenatchee and Stanwood. We'll take another 2-minute break and get you ready for that second half as the clouds are looming and maybe some rain on the horizon. And we'll see if the Wenatchee Valley Thunder can turn it around here in the second half as they trail it 11-3. We're back with more after this 2-minute timeout. Thanks again for joining us here on the NCW Life Channel. Hope you're having a good Saturday afternoon. Appreciate you joining us. Hey, just a reminder of our broadcast schedule coming up a little bit later on. We've got Wenatchee and Eastmont Soccer. That's the game from earlier this season that took place here at the Apple Bowl. So it's a replay of that one, which came down to the final seconds. Speaking of which, I don't know if you watched it last night here on the broadcast, but what a game between Wenatchee and Eastmont. It went to 2 overtimes and a golden goal for Wenatchee as they get the victory over Eastmont by a final of 2-1 at Eastmont High School last night. We will have that one re-aired coming up next week on the NCW Life Channel. This will be, our scheduled final lacrosse broadcast of the season. Hopefully Wenatchee Valley maybe get a playoff game here at home. If so, we might be able to get that one on the air for you. But we appreciate the courtesy extended by everybody involved with Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse. And Rod, hopefully you pass that along to the rest of the gang here for Coach Parker and everybody else. It was Mr. Reiner who came to me. We were talking about running. And Joel says, "You ever thought about doing lacrosse on TV?" And I said, "No, but we could, sure." And so I'm certainly glad that we have, because this has been fun to watch.
Oh, it's an entertaining game to watch, and nobody really knows what's going on if they haven't played lacrosse or watched a lot of lacrosse. So I've been watching this for 10 years, and there's all kinds of plays that I don't know what happened. But it is a fun game to watch, and the kids love playing it.
Well, and nice article in the paper the other day too, and appreciate Wenatchee World giving a little credit to the boys as well here that have been working hard, and this program's been around for a long time, and good to see them take these steps upward.
Yeah.
Maybe not showing necessarily today against lacrosse, against Stanwood, but the program is certainly gaining respect around the state as far as being one of those that Wenatchee Valley's one to contend with.
I think so, and the sport's growing so fast that a lot of the teams on the west side are getting split up into affiliation with their high schools. So you're starting to get different Class A, Class B, and 3A. So you're kind of getting the divisions a little bit now, and Wenatchee being a 4A school, they're going to play the better schools. I think Stanwood's 3A, but still, obviously, they've got a great program and a good team.
Absolutely. As we talked about it, Stanwood coming in 8-2 overall. They're 7-0 in their league standings. But the league that's another thing for people new to lacrosse like myself, kind of hard to understand how the whole league thing works.
They've changed it 4 or 5 times since my kid's been playing lacrosse. It used to be just Division I and Division II. And then they've tried now, first it was regional, and now they're trying to get it by the high school classes. So it is kind of strange the way they've done it this year.
Well, you look at the roster here for Wenatchee Valley, and 98.9% are from Wenatchee High School. The kids playing here, you got, a couple out of the River Academy and one Eastmont kid. For Stanwood, you've got mostly Stanwood High School products, but you got Arlington, you've got Lakewood, you've got some kids that are running start in the community colleges, so they're kind of spread around.
Yeah, a little bit. And, as those other schools get more kids involved, they probably will get a break-off team from the Stanwood team.
So here we go to start the second half. You saw Wenatchee Valley hold the ball to end the first half, and so now they have the ball to start. So there will be no face-off here. And number 82 will have the ball out towards midfield. That's Nathan McCarthy. Is Stanwood on top, 11-3, and the first pass of the half is deflected, but still picked up and maintained by Wenatchee Valley. As they work it on the offensive end, Gray Coldy will bring it back outside to Reiner. Reiner to McCarthy. McCarthy turns, shoots, and again the block. And this time we got a new goalie in there. It is Eric Wetzel, the coach's son, in there for the Stanwood Spartans.
Up to the task on the first one.
Passes out on the outlet, but it's knocked away. Nice job by Wenatchee Valley. Higley in close. Will feed to Tilly. Tilly with a shot and a goal.
That'll help a lot. Everybody will take a little deep breath here and get in the first goal of the second half. A little momentum for Wenatchee.
And somebody other than Cole Loomis scores for Wenatchee Valley, as it is Connor Tilly, and Connor with his 29th goal of the season.
Yeah, Connor's just had a great year. He's a junior, and he's just got great stick skills and has put it in the back of the net a lot.
So that cuts the lead down a little bit. We talk about taking a bite at a time. 11-4 is our score, as it'll be McCarthy out there along with Peyton Green on the face-off. McCarthy for Wenatchee Valley, wearing number 82. Flicked the ball out, and it's loose, and who's going to get it? McCarthy got the body position. He's got the ball. So Nathan will get it into the box and then feed to Higley. Higley back behind the goal crease to Tilly. Now we got bodies coming into the contest, as just checking in, getting the ball is Cole Loomis, who has 3 goals already today. Outside it goes to Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen will pass it off and then collect it back out over by the 30-yard line. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy looks at the defense here. Higley inside to Loomis. Loomis in close to shot of the goal. 4th of the game for Cole Loomis.
Nice pass by Ben there, and Cole, hey man, he's got a good release, and I think that's nice of them to change goalies on us. It helps a little bit.
10:44 left in the third. That is the time of the goal here for Cole Loomis, his 4th of the contest, and suddenly it's 11-5. Still a long way to go, but at least that ladder is being climbed right now by Wenatchee Valley, 1 rung at a time.
6 sounds a lot better than 8.
Again, this time it will be Reiner on the faceoff, and Reiner comes up with it. So 2 face-off wins in a row here for Wenatchee Valley in this second half.
Possession is such a big part of this game.
Well, you can't score if you don't have it in the offensive end.
That's for sure.
Feed between the circles to Dahlbeck. Mason feeds back behind to Tilly. Tilly will circle it back around, picked up there behind the goal. And then turns and shoots, and the ball a little bit wide, and they're going to say that is Wenatchee Valley ball, even though it didn't go over the end line. It went out of bounds, but it was a shot on goal.
It deflected off the goalie.
Okay. So it will be, I think that's Cutter Wilkins with it now. Feeds back outside to Coldy, and then back around to Tilly. Tilly comes outside with it to Nathan McCarthy. McCarthy feeds across to Reiner. Reiner back to Cutter Wilkins. Then back behind it goes to Gray Coldy. Coldy outside to Reiner. Reiner starts the attack. They switch bodies on him. Now feed to Cutter Wilkins. Wilkins back outside goes to McCarthy. McCarthy over to Coldy. Coldy with a shot, but right there with that big stick down to deflect it and stop it is the coach's kid.
That was a nice save, and then 22 is just controlling the ball again. That kid's got good wheels. That's Peyton Green.
Peyton Green will feed, And that's Jack Bender, we found out during the halftime break, thanks to our helper.
Turned out he forgot his uniform?
Well, he had the traveling uniform, the white, and didn't know they'd be in red today, so didn't quite have the right number there. So collecting it now is a dangerous man, Ty Hauer. Hauer back behind the goal. Let's see, we got a whistle back behind as Tresh had it. Not sure what the whistle was for.
Was there an extra ball on the field?
Could have been. No, the flag's going to be thrown. And he pointed back towards Tresh behind the goal.
I bet he didn't have his mouth guard in.
Okay. The official coming here to the near sideline will give us the signal. Again, coming out of the half or out of those timeouts, sometimes you'll see that where they'll stick the mouth guard in the face mask and not have it in their mouth, or they'll have it in the side of their mouth and not completely in the mouth.
Let's see what he's saying here.
So it is Tresh that will serve a...
They're all pointing to their mouth.
Penalty box here.
Yeah, so that's what it was, a mouth guard violation.
Improper equipment, so that's the call. So a 30-second penalty here for Tresh. So Wenatchee Valley will have to traverse the entire length of the field, however, with that 30-second.
I think they get it up top here.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think McCarthy's got the ball.
Oh, McCarthy does. Okay.
Yeah.
So they bring it all the way out then, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So McCarthy has it inside the circle on the W there, if you're looking at it on television, of the midfield area. So 30 seconds for a man up here for Wenatchee Valley. However, that man up is not impacted on the defensive end because he's an attacker, right?
No, you got to have the full field. So you got to keep 3 back.
Okay, and a shot taken there by Coldy and just off the mark, but a nice stop by Eric Wetzel again, a couple of times in a row here after giving up a few quick goals here to start the second half by Wenatchee Valley. 11-5 our score, 8.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
Yeah, they're just killing the penalty now.
And they'll feed it to the man who's just coming back in from the penalty, and that's Taylor Tresh. Tresh will feed and look out for the shot, up for the shot, and the block there by the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, and another shot on goal. Tyler Rich took it. The first one was by Ty Hewer. We've seen his capabilities with the stick, but again, nice job defensively by Kyle Robertson.
2 quick shots. Wenatchee's unsettled again on defense.
Tresh outside, lost the handle, the ball loose in front, and Hewer couldn't scoop it, and it's picked up there by Robertson. Robertson now steps outside the goal crease to bring the outlet pass. He'll pass it near side to Cole Hansen. Hansen will flip it up and then knocked, but nice job by Cole Loomis keeping his feet and maintaining possession. Loomis crossing over in front of the goal. Now we'll circle all the way back behind.
Tilly's wide open on the edge there.
Tilly. Now we're going to get a timeout taken by Wenatchee Valley. Oh, my.
It looked like he had an open shot there.
It did, but we will get a timeout taken. 7:34 to go here in the third. 11-5. Wenatchee Valley trying to get back into this one against Stanwood. You're watching lacrosse today on the NCW Life Channel. We'll be right back. Welcome back once again here to the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee during the timeout for Wenatchee Valley. The officials came over and apparently are calling timeout on Wenatchee Valley.
I think Wenatchee called a timeout, but I think they're calling offsides on Wenatchee.
Okay.
It may have been on the player substitute on the wrong side of the line. It was a late call, so Coach Warner's pretty upset about it. But we'll see what it all shapes out here.
So that would be a turnover of their possession then, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But they're putting the ball on the other side to see who comes away with it.
So the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Wenatchee's setting up for defense.
Okay. So I can't see where the ball is right now. Oh, it's picked up here on the left side by Tyler Rich. He's at the near side 30-yard line. I'm trying to help our cameraman out because sometimes that is tough to find. So the official talking it over with the coach, Gary Wetzel, for Stanwood. So offsides called against Wenatchee, so it goes over to Stanwood. Boy, golden opportunity lost there.
Yes.
You lose a timeout, plus you lose possession. Goodness. So Tyler Rich will spin away for the defense, get it across the midfield stripe, get it inside, and work it into the box here. Rich works down low to Hewer. Hewer approaches towards the crease and then flips it over to Green. Green has had the ball knocked away from him, and he picks it back up outside the 30. Green flicks left side and then back behind the net to Taylor Tresh. Tresh back to Hewer. Hewer to Tresh. Two-man game on the right side of the goal crease. Now he'll feed on the backside. And the ball fumbled around there and then finally picked up. Nope, still loose on the ground.
That's good defense.
Wenatchee Valley, Cole Hansen comes up with it with that long stick for Wenatchee Valley. He'll feed it out to the goal crease and right to the goaltender, and then it is winged out towards midfield, and there's Cole Loomis with it. Transition opportunity for Wenatchee Valley. Loomis, who had a gap there, didn't take it. Now he'll feed to Higley. Ben brings it way outside to McCarthy. McCarthy just checked in. We'll give it up to Tilley. 4 goals for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder in this one. 3 by Loomis and 1 by Tilley. 6:35 to go here in the third. 11-5. Stanwood on top. Tilley sets the offense behind the goal. Now approaches, looking for help. Kicks it way back outside. Now McCarthy with it. McCarthy works off a pick, then feeds to Loomis. Cole with a shot off the left side of the goal. It goes, and it will be out to Wenatchee Valley.
He does have the hot hand, so you might as well keep feeding him.
And he's so quick on that, too.
Yeah, he's a fast guy.
So Tilley now will bring it in, and play is in session with a whistle. And so Tilley will come out and turn and shoot, and just a little bit to the left. Nice idea there.
He's got that quick release on that inbounds, and he finds the net a lot.
Wetzel was over towards the goalpost on that side, so he tried to go weak side with it. Now McCarthy feeds in close, and a shot, and off the back side of the net, no goal. Higley had it, and now loose behind, and it's picked up by Wenatchee Valley. Tilley in close with the shot. It's off the mark, and will go out to Wenatchee Valley again.
Well, they're getting some looks at the goal. They're just missing.
Higley off to Coldy. Coldy will again approach. Ooh, nice opportunity there. It goes wide. McCarthy missed the handle, didn't collect it, but there's Loomis to clean it up. Loomis back to McCarthy. McCarthy now to Jorgensen. Roby Jorgensen. Cut off there, so he'll pass it away. And now Tilley with it behind the net with 5:28 to go here in the third. Wenatchee Valley trying to get one more piece of the puzzle put together here against a very good Stanwood team today.
Shot.
Jorgensen in close with the shot, and a nice block again by Wetzel.
Their goalie play has been fantastic today.
Outlet pass. And now they'll wing it across midfield all the way across to Peyton Green. Look out. Greeton on the weak side will get it inside the box. And now give it up. Left side to Delich. Delich back behind to Tresh. Tresh directing traffic back there. Feeds it outside to Rich. Rich will back it away. Picked up by the defense of Easton Hudson. Now they'll go between the hash marks to Green. Left side, it'll go to Jack Bender. Bender back to Green. Will give it a little pick there. And then they'll go down left side of the crease. Looking inside for the play. The ball loose, and it's going to go all the way out of bounds. Let's see who touched it. Yep. It is a turnover, and out to Wenatchee Valley. Looked like they were trying to feed inside. Bender on a play inside, but missed the mark on the pass, and so kind of a rare mistake for Stanwood in this one.
They haven't turned the ball over that much.
Boy, there's a jumping play for Cole Loomis, and he keeps the ball in possession for Wenatchee Valley on a high throw at midfield. Now Loomis streaking into the box here. Loomis still with it, and we got a whistle. What are they going to call? I think they're going to call offsides again.
I'm not sure what they're calling. I think the refs are keeping the ball with Wenatchee, so I don't know what the call was there.
Loomis is coming out. Looks like Reiner's going to come in for Loomis. Meanwhile, it is Wenatchee Valley ball. I'm not sure why they whistled it dead.
Yeah, it's a strange call by the officials there.
Okay. So Wenatchee Valley maintains possession here. Tilley will feed it outside to Reiner. Reiner looking for McCarthy with 4:24 to go here in the third. Wenatchee Valley with a couple of goals in this third quarter. Nothing for Stanwood in the frame. McCarthy on the drive. The shot. It's off the mark and again picked up and then knocking the goalie down as McCarthy, and a flag comes out. My, oh my, that's a rough play for Nathan McCarthy.
Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, the goalie was out of the box, but it was a high check, and he's so big. He's just going to knock the guy to the ground, so they're going to call that.
So McCarthy will come and serve a penalty here. 1 minute penalty on Nathan McCarthy.
Yeah, they called a cross check on that, and he definitely definitely was a.
I think so.
Well, now man down. This will be a big test for these guys.
So the ball is at midfield, and it will be in the possession of Hewer. And Hewer will lope into the box here and set up the offense for Stanwood. They'll bring it back down behind the goal crease as Taylor Trash will look over towards the sidelines. And now feed back behind.
Oh, there he is again.
And right in front is Hewer, but the ball a little bit too high on the pass. But Peyton Green looks like he's going to track it down here out towards midfield. Boy, that's too bad.
Yeah, but 17 was wide open there. Right?
Yeah, he was. Peyton Green will feed left side. And now they'll work it that back behind again. And inside Hewer, and good defense that time for Wenatchee Valley. Hewer was on the doorstep. Now the ball loose behind, and let's see who's going to get it. It will be Wenatchee Valley ball.
No, I think Kreider got to it, but he stepped out of bounds.
Okay. Uh-oh. And then right there is Hewer. His shot wide as he came just ball by himself. Nobody checked him.
Yeah, Robertson got out on him and he got his stick. Good thing, because that was going in the net.
So Hewer again back behind the goal crease, and boy, look out for him. He certainly can shoot it from any angle. Hewer will feed, and now the shot taken. It's blocked. Nice job again by Jorgensen.
Wenatchee needs a ground ball here.
And it's loose on the ground. Everybody's scooping after it, and coming up with it. Nice job by Wenatchee Valley. As it is Myers now streaking into, and they got the numbers here. And he'll feed it up front to Coldy.
He's going to hold on to it a
Coldy to Higley. Higley to Tilley. Tilley crossing over, spinning, turning, shooting, and off the mark it goes, and will skip out of bounds and be out to Wenatchee Valley with 2:39 to go here in the third quarter.
Yes,
well, that was a good job of holding up on a man down there for Wenatchee Valley.
It really was, and getting the hustle after that ground ball was big for Jack Myers there, too.
So it is Tilley now with it on the right side of the goal for Wenatchee Valley. Off to Coldy. Coldy going to direct some traffic and come out with the ball himself. And then feed out between the hash marks outside to Loomis. Cole Loomis with 3 goals on the day for Wenatchee Valley so far. Off to Tilley. Tilley wanted to shoot it. Instead, he'll reach it across to Higley. Higley with the shot. It rimmed off the top of the goal crease. A goal for Wenatchee Valley.
Yeah, that was inside the back of the pipe. So that's a good goal there for Ben.
So Ben Higley with his first goal of the game, and it's now 11-6.
Yeah, one piece at a time, getting a little closer.
2:12 left in the third, the time of the goal here for Ben Higley.
Well, it's got to give him a good lift.
Boy, to keep them from scoring when they had their best goal scorer right on the doorstep, 3 times with opportunities?
They had lots of opportunities, and Kyle made a couple of stops, and they had a couple of misses and some bad passes, and all of a sudden Wenatchee gets a goal.
And Jack Myers did a good job of getting in, stepping in front. This time, though, is picked up by Stanwood as they'll go on the offensive set here as Taylor Trash will take it now back towards the end line. And Hansen on him. Hansen trying to trip him up. He'll feed across for a shot in tight, and is it a goal? What is it?
Nope.
I think it skipped off of the post, off the upright.
Yeah.
And goes out of bounds, but with the goal shot, it'll be Stanwood ball.
Well, if they can keep this intensity on defense and make a stop here, who knows what could happen here.
Tyler Rich will bring it outside to Jack Bender. Bender on the drive now, looking for help. Lost the handle. It's picked up by Wenatchee Valley. As Reiner is knocked down by Tresh, the ball loose. Who's going to get it? And it's picked up by Stanwood. Tyler Rich has it for the Spartans over by the 30-yard line with 1:27 to go here in the third quarter. Now on the drive is Rich, looking for some help, backs it away as he's pestered over there by Mason Dahlbeck. He'll bring it back outside to Jack Bender. Bender will fling it over to Trash and then collect it back between the hash marks. Left side it goes to Rich. Rich now on the drive, and he'll shoot and miss it left, and it goes out of bounds, and almost Reiner was in position to give Wenatchee Valley the ball back.
They need a turnover right here. Wenatchee needs the ball.
1:04 to go. They just cannot allow any more goals, really, in this one.
Yeah.
As Stanwood will start the offense, Mike Gross back there wearing number 40. We'll bring it back outside to Tyler Rich. Rich near side to Bender. Bender comes to Trash here on the near side of the alley. Tresh picked up by Hansen. You can see they put Hansen on Tresh basically for this whole second half. Now a turn and a spin, and a shot is deflected and loose. Wenatchee Valley. Hansen has it for the Thunder.
Short time. You got 34 seconds in the quarter here.
Hansen up. And now they'll feed it. They got the numbers here. Gray Coldy. Coldy in front for the scoop. Almost the shot by Higley. And the ball loose and picked up by Stanwood.
He just couldn't get his feet under him.
Outlet pass. Left side. It's loose. And the ball fumbling up the far sideline. Where will it go? Nathan McCarthy putting bodies on again and knocking people down on the play. And we've got an injured Spartan over there.
I think he's okay. But I think probably going to call a push on McCarthy out of bounds.
Mike Gross was the man slow to get up on the far sideline. Gets a hand from the crowd here as we have 12.5 seconds left in the third period. And they're going to start at Stanwood ball here as Green will take it up with 8 seconds with 7. Gets it in the box with 6 with 5. Spins with 4 with 3. Will bring it back outside with 2 with 1, and they'll take a shot at the buzzer, and it will be picked up by Wenatchee Valley. Kyle Robertson again with the stop. So a good third quarter for Wenatchee Valley as they get 3 goals and cut the lead to 11-6. One more period to go. You're watching Wenatchee Valley Thunder lacrosse today here on the NCW Life Channel. We're back after the 60-second timeout. The Apple Bowl here in Wenatchee for Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse on the NCW Life Channel along with Rod Higley. I'm Eric Granstrom, and that third period, well, if you can take small victories out of a game, no matter what the end result is, they won the third 3-0.
Yeah, and if they can win the fourth 5-0, we have a little overtime here.
There we go. We've certainly lived through that before here on the NCW Life Channel a few weekends ago when Richland was in town. So we'll say, how about 12 minutes left in regulation, as it's an 11-6 contest, and it'll be Peyton Green out there along with Jake Reiner on the face-off. The two combatants, and the whistle sounds, and Reiner still with the ball, and looks like Reiner's going to win the face-off here, as Wenatchee Valley will work down to our right here in the Apple Bowl this afternoon.
That's
Substitution,
nice job.
Cutter Wilkins will come in, as they'll pass it off to Tilly. Tilly outside to Cole Loomis. It has been Loomis and Tilly and Higley on the scoring for Wenatchee. And Loomis tried another one right there. It goes a little bit wide to the right and will be Wenatchee Valley ball.
Yeah, they've got a little more speed on the field right now. See if they can run some offense here. Get a good shot.
Tilly brings it back outside to Loomis. Loomis brings it near side. Picked up there by Peyton Green. Loomis crosses over to Higley. Higley back to Loomis. Little give and go out top here. Off to Reiner. Then to Schmaltz. Schmaltz inside for the shot, but then it's picked up there by Tilly. As the shot was taken by Higley, but Tilly there on the weak side picks it up. We got a flag down, and they're going to let the game continue. Well, another flag down. Let's see. As the ball in close on the shot by Wenatchee Valley, as Tilly took the shot, and now we'll see what the penalty flags are. It might be penalty per side. Let's see.
I think they may have called 2 penalties on the same kid because they would have probably stopped it if it was a penalty on Wenatchee. So we'll see what happens.
No, they're both on one of the players for Stanwood. 2 slashes to the neck. And so a penalty. So here's Wenatchee Valley's chance to play a man up. And I think this is the first time all game they've been a man up.
They'll be man up for 2 minutes. I think those penalties run back to back.
Okay.
So they've got some good opportunity here. They are releasable though. So as soon as they score, he will be out of the box, assuming they do score.
Okay. So over on the left side by the 30-yard line is where they'll start it here with Reiner. Reiner off to Schmaltz. Schmaltz down low to Tilly. Tilly with the shot and a little bit wide, and it will go out to Wenatchee Valley.
He loves that shot on the crease over there.
That's a tough angle. You don't have a lot of goal mouth to shoot at.
No.
So Jorgensen will feed back behind the goal to Tilly. Tilly, they got bodies right in front, but now it's McCarthy. McCarthy with a
Nice
shot
block.
and a nice block again by Wetzel, but then the ball turned over right in front of the goal crease. Higley,
No.
backside it goes, and they're trying to just sweep it in, and now picked up again by Wetzel. Wow, golden opportunity right there for Wenatchee Valley.
Two of them.
And then Wetzel dropped it again, so Tilly will come, pester him, outlet pass it comes, as they'll get it up to Schroeder. And now they'll throw it 3/4 of the length of field, and we get a whistle. And I think this is going to be a turnover. It's going to go over to Wenatchee.
Yeah, I don't think they cleared it out across midcourt.
Sure.
Or
The
midfield.
midfield line.
Midfield, yeah.
In time, you've got so many seconds to do so. 10-10, the clock stops here in regulation. 11-6 our score. So Wenatchee Valley will have it as Nathan McCarthy will bring it near side to Jorgensen. Off to Higley. Now to Tilly down behind the goal crease. Tilly circling around. Backside it goes, and the shot taken by Schmaltz. It's wide to the right, and will go out to Wenatchee. Higley gets directions from the official, and now will bring it in play. Off to Tilly again. Tilly looks left, now comes back right. Now it's outside to McCarthy. McCarthy back to Schmaltz. Schmaltz going to shoot again. It's a little bit high, and will go to Stanwood. Nice job by Wetzel, their goalie, for getting back there and getting closest to the end line after the shot.
Yeah, he really hustled back on that play. Okay, the penalty is penalty's released. No, he's still in the box there.
So the clock continues to wind, and now Wetzel collects the ball. He'll run it out towards midfield. He's got a man wide open. He passes it up to Strebe. Strebe, right side it goes, and now Tresh back behind the goal as Stanwood's got some fresh bodies in there all over the place, as it is Mike Gross. Gross near side.
Yeah. Should be doubling the ball.
Now
Turnover.
pass a little bit too high, as Stanwood has some reserves in here, and a little sloppy passing. It goes over to Wenatchee Valley.
So I don't know how much time's left in that penalty, but it's probably not a lot. Wenatchee's got to get it down the field pretty quickly.
Sage Crider will give it up to Kyle Robertson. Robertson will bring it outside of McCarthy, so Nathan will bring it up to midfield himself. Get right past the red jerseys, keep it himself, get in close. The shot is taken, but right there on the stop again, Wetzel. Now the ball loose out towards midfield, and they're right into the stick, but he forgot to pick it up. So it's picked up this time by Reiner, and then bumped from behind, and then knocked down, and a flag is thrown.
Yeah, they got a push on 61 there.
So that is Taylor McCall. McCall will come to the near side. That penalty was released, by the way, and just in time for them to get a new one. And so Wenatchee Valley still on the man up with 8:43 to go. Got to get a goal here. But, again, nice job by Eric Wetzel, the goalie for Stanwood.
He's done a fantastic job, hustling back to get that the inline play, and then also making some nice stops.
Cole Loomis comes into the game. Reiner will set it up here. Go left side to Schmaltz. Schmaltz down to Tilly. Tilly wants to bounce a shot across. It'll scamper out of bounds and be out to Wenatchee Valley.
They did change it up a little bit there, so but unfortunately a little too far out in front of the net.
So Jorgensen will start the set here, get it back behind to Tilly behind the goal. Tilly outside on the pass, and the shot by Reiner is off the mark, no good, but then picked up right there. The shot again is knocked away. Good job by the Stanwood defense, but Tilly keeps it alive. Outside to Robertson, and the ball comes out towards midfield. It's loose, and now we're going to get a whistle. And I think a turnover here by Wenatchee Valley.
Yep.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, they had many opportunities with the 2.5 minutes of penalties, and they got a lot of shots off. They just weren't going in.
So we're even strength on both sides here with 8:11 to go in regulation. 11-6 Stanwood on top, as it is Howard now running it. He'll get it right side to Rich. Rich brings it back outside for one of the fresh bodies, Tyson Clausen. Clausen down low to Delich. And then he'll bring it back outside to Clausen again. Clausen works it over to Rich. Rich picked up there by the defense, got around him, and then shoots. And then the ball a little bit high will go past the end line and out to Stanwood. 7:42 remaining here in the fourth. Spartans got out to the big lead in the first half. Wenatchee Valley cut into it a little bit here in the third quarter. so far scoreless between the two teams. Or no, Ben Higley with the, let's see, no, that was in the third, so we're scoreless in the fourth. Rich spinning against the defense. Now feeds right side to Hauer.
Boy, that kid has good stick skills.
Hauer faked the pass, keeps it alive, stops, working, looking, then feeds back outside. It comes to Green. Green over to Rich. Rich, he gets in tight for the shot and the goal. Good drive by Tyler Rich, collecting the first goal for Stanwood here in the second half.
Yeah, it was a good goal, nice fake, and, you know, I mean, you could see it kind of coming.
Yep. So 7-11 left here in the fourth period as Tyler Rich gets his second goal of the game for Stanwood.
Well, they've got Reiner back on the face-off, so they need the ball. They need some goals. Kind of running out of time.
So Reiner on the face-off. Again, this is a non-leg tilt here between these two teams. So as far as the playoffs are concerned, it doesn't count against Wenatchee Valley should they lose here today. And really just kind of a benchmark game against one of the better teams in the state.
You know, I think you're right about that. You know, big picture, it is a nice test for Wenatchee to see how they face up against these better teams on the west side of the mountains.
So with the ball is number 22 for Stanwood. They're getting some fresh bodies in. Again, Rich will come back into the contest. Also back into the game on the offensive set here is Tyson Clausen, as it is Peyton Green who had the ball off to Rich, and then Green collects it back out near the 40-yard line with 6:39 to go here in the fourth quarter. As they'll work a little slow-down game, will Stanwood here. Left side and then back out top it comes to Clausen. Clausen back to Rich, and Rich over to Green. Green will now approach. Cut off there by the defense, so he'll feed to Tresh. Tresh on the goal side right. Tresh stops and then comes back around the goal, feeds in front, and Hauer was right there, but just mishandled the pass. Picked up by Robertson. Outlet pass, and now across it comes over to the right side to Junker. Sam will feed it up for the long stick of Hudson, Hudson, between the hash marks, will feed it up to Higley. Now Wenatchee in the box. Back behind the goal crease to Coldy, and then outside to Tilley. Oh, they had a man cutting right in through the in front of the crease, and the pass too high goes out of bounds. It's a turnover.
They can't afford to turn the ball over at this point in the game.
Right there was Mason Dahlbeck. Good idea. The pass just a little bit too tall.
There's been a lot of those today. Just a little bit too tall.
Yeah. Speaking of tall, that Ben Hopkins for number 31 for Stanwood is a big kid.
Yeah.
Now it'll be Hauer.
I'm impressed with that kid.
Hewer, I should say.
He's quite a player.
Yeah. Hewer will give it up to Rich. And again, Stan will just be happy to burn some clock here with 5:19 left in the contest.
And that's for sure. They've got plenty of time just to work the ball around, and Wenatchee's going to have to come up with a good defensive play here.
Tresh has it back behind the goal again as he'll work against Cole Hansen. Boy, that's been quite a battle here in the second half.
Nice
feed
pass.
Inside. Oh, right there on the doorstep was Mike Gross, but fumbled it and picked up by Wenatchee Valley. Nice job for the Thunder streaking into the front end and then having the ball stripped from behind. Now it's loose again, and Wenatchee Valley will maintain possession. Tilley has it. Doesn't have the numbers necessarily, though, so he's going to have to wait and pass it off to Ben Higley, who will work it back behind the goal crease. Higley over to the right side to Coldy. Now Wenatchee Valley gets their offensive set in there as Roby Jorgensen collects it for Wenatchee Valley. On the drive, looked maybe at a shot, now to McCarthy.
He wants to shoot, he just can't get it free. They're playing good defense.
Again, back behind the goal this time, it's Coldy back there. He'll work off of the screen from Tilley and then bring it back outside to McCarthy with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in the fourth. Now to Jorgensen. Jorgensen with the shot, and again, wow, what a job by Wetzel. Both the goalies for Stanwood
fantastic
have just been great all game long. Now transition opportunity here for the Spartans backing it away, though, as Tyler Rich, as Wenatchee Valley did a good job getting back there on defense.
Well, it was a smart play for Stanwood, too.
And burned some more clock in the process. Rich, a pass in front. Delich was there on the doorstep, but it went a little wide. Picked up there by Wenatchee Valley as Sage Kreider comes up with it with 3.5 left here in the game.
Wenatchee needs to have a little urgency here. I think they, maybe they're thinking they just need to play well, but I think they need to get a quick goal.
So here we go. Dahlbeck with it for Wenatchee Valley. He'll back it away as he got it into the box, and he'll give it up to Cole Loomis. Loomis will feed down low to Tilley. Tilley spinning, cut off there by the defense. Lost the handle, tried to feed inside to Coldy. Picking it up on the weak side is Higley.
Somebody needs to shoot.
Now outside to Reiner. Reiner off to Cutter Wilkins, and then back to Cole Loomis again with 2:58 to go. Loomis on the drive. He's got 3 goals on the game. He's open with the shot, and it's just off the mark to the left side, and will skitter out of bounds.
That was a good look.
Higley off to Wilkins. Wilkins cuts and then feeds a little high for Higley. Crosses it comes, and a nice job of intercepting another pass for Wenatchee Valley. He is so tall and just sticks that stick up, and it's about 9 feet in the air. And now it's a transition opportunity for Stanwood as they get the turnover with 2:28 to go, and this one's pretty much all but done here this afternoon. And boy, Stanwood came in and just took control of that first half, and then just, Wenatchee Valley, give them credit for trying in the second half to come back, but that's just a tall hill to climb.
Yeah, it really was. You get down that 8 goals, and but you see how they finish here. There's a penalty on Sage, I think.
The ball back behind the net here, as it is Stanwood's Sam Delich with it. He'll feed it off here right side, and that's Clausen. Clausen back outside, the ball loose, but that's when they'll finally blow the whistle on the penalty against Wenatchee Valley. With 1:52 to go, and serving a penalty time will be Sage, Sage Kreider?
Yeah, Sage Kreider. One of the long stick defenders. Well,
so a man down for Wenatchee Valley.
Stanwood can pretty much just run the clock out now. Up 6 goals. They don't have to keep it in the box. They can just run the clock.
12-6 our score with 1:51 to go. See what Stanwood does. And Hewer with the shot and the goal.
Why run the clock when you can get another goal?
Sure.
So, it's tough for those kids to hold off, they got nothing to lose.
Ty Hewer with his 4th goal of the game and 2nd goal of the second half for Stanwood. It's now 13-6 all over Wenatchee Valley today.
The good news is the penalty's released, and for the last minute and 46 seconds, they can play.
I'd love to see another goal here.
Yeah, you'd like to see him finish strong and play to the end.
So it'll be McCarthy out there on the face-off, again with Peyton Green. And I think with all the face-offs, I think we're about 50-50 per side here today.
Yeah, it's gone back and forth. The first it was Wenatchee, then it was Stanwood, and Wenatchee's done a better job now.
Had a whistle and another whistle, so it is out to Wenatchee Valley here. So McCarthy will bring the ball up on the offensive set. Cole Loomis comes back in. McCarthy, let's see if he just drives it himself.
Looks like it.
Gets past 2 guys, 3 guys, then shoots, and the ball loose and kicked over. Picked up by Coldy. Gray has it behind the goal crease. Outside it comes to Loomis. Loomis with a shoveling shot. It'll skip out of bounds, and it looks like they're going to say it's out to Stanwood.
Yeah, Stanwood guy got there.
Oh, he was back towards the end line.
Yeah.
I saw that. Okay. So, 1:26 to go.
Let's see if they set up a ride here on the transition.
So Spartan ball,
there.
Lob pass across, a
Threw it
little
away.
bit too high for Rich. It'll go out of bounds and out to Wenatchee Valley. So Greg Coldy will wait, see who Wenatchee Valley decides to go with. They'll get it back to
You got Roby coming
Tilley.
out there.
Roby, they feed it to him. He'll spin away from the defense. Boy, but Stanwood has just been right there.
Yeah.
Every time we've had a man with the ball in close, they usually have a red jersey on him.
They've done a great job on both ends of the field today.
Yeah. Tilley. Outside it comes to Loomis with 50 seconds left. Loomis. And then outside it to Dahlbeck. And then a turnaround shot in close by
Look at
Coldy.
that.
and it goes out of bounds. But again, the Spartans back there deep, and that was, again, the goalie who was back there.
Just a hustle play. You know, they're hustling. You got 43 seconds left, and, you know, they're up 7 goals, but, you know, they're still playing hard.
Smart play, too, and that's a coach's kid.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense, doesn't it?
So Wetzel will collect it here with 38 seconds, and he'll bring it out, look for some help here as he'll feed it out to the man of the day, Ty Hewer. Hewer will lob it ahead for Rich. They have bodies here, a 3-on-4. Rich, right side, will get even with the goal crease and then come in tight, and then it's knocked away and then picked up by Robertson for Wenatchee Valley. Outlet pass to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck into the attack zone. He'll feed it off to Coldy. Wenatchee Valley still trying another shot, a little bit too wide. And with 6 seconds left, Stanwood could just hold on to it here.
The goalie will just kill the clock now and maybe toss it at the end here.
4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. And it will be a Stanwood victory here by a final of 13-6 over Wenatchee Valley. We will take a 4-minute break and come back. Appreciate you joining us here on the broadcast today on the NCW Life Channel. Again, our final score is Stanwood 13 and Wenatchee Valley 6. We'll come back after this 4-minute break and wrap it up here from the Apple Bowl. Thanks for watching lacrosse today on the NCW Life Channel. We'll be right back.
Welcome back once again here to the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee as the Stanwood Spartans come to town and really take it to the Wenatchee Valley Thunder today by a final of 13-6. They built an 11-goal lead in the first, 11-3 lead in that first half. And Rod Higley, it was just too much of a hill for Wenatchee Valley to climb today.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, I don't think Wenatchee played badly in the first half. The goalies were on fire, and once they got down, Stanwood just was rolling. I mean, they played a great game on both ends of the field, and their goalies were outstanding.
Yeah, they started with a freshman in the first half, and he just seemed that nothing would get by him at all. As you mentioned during the broadcast, Wenatchee Valley was on point with a lot of those shots, but he was up to the task.
He really was. And then in the second half, when the coach's kid came in, he played, they got a couple of quick goals in that third quarter, but then he settled in and he played outstanding, and he hustled hard all game. And, Stanwood, give him credit. I mean, they came in and they showed Wenatchee how to play lacrosse.
Well, number 17 for Stanwood, Tyler Hewer, was just a man on a mission here today, and I think of all of the individuals I've seen play lacrosse, and this is our 4th broadcast of Wenatchee Valley Thunder, he's been the most impressive I've seen.
He stood out, and he's a tall kid. I don't know what grade he is, but his stick skills, I mean, you didn't know where that ball was half the time, and he knew where to put it, and they made great plays. I mean, he had a lot of help out there, too. He got himself open, he made good shots, and he played great, but so did the other guys, too.
Yeah, absolutely, and we got to give credit for Wenatchee Valley to Cole Loomis, ends up with 4 goals today as well.
Cole had a good day. It would have been nice to see a few other guys have a good day, but 4 goals, that's a big day, and he could have had a few more, but again, there was some great stops by the Stanwood goalies.
Well, as Brandon Parker mentioned before the ball game, the coach for Wenatchee Valley, this is the first time he's had his full contingent of bodies available all season long between spring break and injuries and sickness and things like that. So sometimes when you get everybody together, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be on the same page.
That's true. I don't think the defense necessarily was not communicating, but they did have to kind of readjust in that second half, and they played with 4 long poles most of the second half. Easton Hudson played a lot of defense. So it is nice to have everybody back and healthy. We'll see what happens next week.
Well, one thing you got to give credit Wenatchee too, they could have just folded the tents at halftime. They came out, they shut out Stanwood in the third quarter. They get 3 goals, and they make it a game anyway. Yeah,
the third quarter definitely was the highlight for Wenatchee. And Stanwood too. I mean, they didn't seem to really let Wenatchee back in. I mean, they got a few goals in the third quarter, but then they shut them back down. So, Wenatchee played okay. I think they can play better, and Stanwood played good.
Well, and a lot of coaching among moments here for the coaching staff of Wenatchee Valley, especially transition, you know, keeping, especially not ball watching, as you mentioned a couple of times, where Wenatchee Valley was busy looking at the ball and not necessarily for where guys were moving, because there were some open shots at times for Stanwood.
You know, they'll watch the film on this one and they'll pick up a lot of things that they did wrong, and they'll adjust. They'll have to, because other teams can take advantage as well. So it is a good coaching game where they can look at things and say, okay, here's what you did right, here's what you did wrong, and here's what we need to do different.
Well, that big second quarter, 7 goals for Stanwood in the second quarter as they took the halftime lead by a score of 11-4 at that, or excuse me, 11-3 at that time, and they go on for the 13-6 win. I'll get those numbers straight eventually. Rod, I wanted to thank you for helping us out and helping me learn more about this sport. And here's hoping we get a chance to do maybe a playoff game here in the next few weeks.
You know, that'd be great. We're going to play Richland here pretty soon for the who's top on the league, and so on the division. So hopefully we'll actually get a home game and get another good game of lacrosse here at the Apple Bowl. It's been fun.
That would be great. Well, for Rod Higley and for Michael Price and for Marion, our helper out here today, she was busy on some whistle or something as well today. I don't know what that was all about. But also thanks to our producer, engineer back in the studios, Tucker Wagner. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Again, it's Stanwood over Wenatchee Valley today by a score of 13-6. You've been watching Thunder Lacrosse on the NCW Life Channel. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast has been presented by the Walkabout Grill, Global Car Care, Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore, and Confluence Health. Your source for sports throughout the year is the NCW Life Channel.